And I want to give you guys a real world example of how this slow housing market is impacting real world businesses. The other day, we talked about how Home Depot is suffering right now because of how bad the housing market is. But it's not just Home Depot. You have appliance companies and furniture companies all suffering as well. And the most recent one is American Signature Furniture. This is a 77-year-old furniture retailer that just filed for bankruptcy protection, and they specifically cite in their bankruptcy filing that this is due to a sluggish housing market. And fun fact, this American Signature Furniture is the parent company behind Value City Furniture. And there actually used to be a Value City Furniture in Rockford, Illinois, and I worked there for like one summer for 2 or 3 months before I quit that job because it was awful. But this company had already announced plans to close several stores in Tennessee, but now, after this bankruptcy filing, is going to be closing down a total of 33 stores, or about 25% of the stores that it operates. They currently employ about 3,000 people and run more than 120 stores across the country. So about 1/3 of these people are going to lose jobs, guys. Another 1,000 people out of a job. Or they're going to say, yeah, you can transfer to the next closest American Signature Furniture store that's like 150 miles away. You don't have to lose your job. Right. But there was a few reasons that American Signature cited in their bankruptcy filing for having financial trouble. They said rising costs, which is inflation that everybody has to face, elevated interest rates. The tariffs are also a problem for furniture companies. They import a lot of stuff. But also, they cited one of the most severe housing market declines in recent history. That's a quote from American Signature Furniture, guys, who was directly impacted by this housing market slowdown. In 2023, they had $1.1 billion in sales, but as of their most recent report in 2025, it's down to $803 million. So that's a pretty giant drop in just a couple of years. They reported $18 million in losses in 2023 and a whopping $70 million in losses in 2024. So if you need furniture, guys, check out one of these stores because it says they continue to liquidate inventory and close underperforming stores. So if you see one of these stores that's going out of business, there's a high probability you're going to be able to pick up a sweet deal on any piece of furniture in that store. So keep a lookout for that if it's something you need. And you know, the crazy thing is this housing market downturn is already turning out to be more severe than a lot of people anticipated. And this is before we have actually seen any major downturn in the US stock market. And I predict that if the stock market takes a turn for the worse over the next couple of years and you see major losses, you're going to see a lot more people liquidating these houses at I need to sell it yesterday prices, because that's probably one of the only reasons that a lot of current home sellers are able to wait and delist their property, right? If they have a strong portfolio and they can still make it in retirement and they're doing well and able to survive off of that money, well, then there's no real urgency to sell the house. You can just keep waiting, right? And see what happens next year or next spring, whatever. However, if people take a major dip in their earnings to the point where they're seeing losses year over year in their portfolios, I guarantee that is going to change the tune of so many sellers who thought that they could just wait till next year. They're going to be wanting to sell right now and take the cash and run. So we still have lots of things that can happen that can have a significant impact on where the housing market goes in the next few years. And that's why I keep telling people you haven't seen anything yet. This thing is 100% in motion right now, and there's nothing that's going to stand in its way and slow it down that I can see right now. So the deals are just going to keep getting better and better over the next couple of years. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to wait for my next video to come out, check out this one on the screen right over here, and I'll see you in the next one.